everybody. This is Mama Ro coming to you from Chicago. Hello, Rose, and want to say welcome and thank you for taking out the time to watch this video. And as you may already know, Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly has been found guilty of racketeering and guilty of um, the Mann Act. Yep, he's been found guilty on all charges. Wow. Wow. Now, as I stated in my previous video, I didn't think that the jury would find him guilty of racketeering, but they did. Because basically, racketeering is it's connected to like a lot of the crime. What do you call these? Organized crime groups. Back in the day, used to be like the mobsters, the mob, and I'm pretty sure the mob is still around. And all this other stuff. But yeah, the jury found R. Kelly guilty of racketeering as well. Now, I wanted it racketeering and obstruction or violating the Mann Act. But you know what? It was reported, I was reading this report that the prosecution for the state of Illinois, I'm sorry, I said Illinois, but that's coming up. But this wasn't for the state of Illinois, for the state of New York, excuse me. The prosecutor for the state of New York, it was reported that she took her time in her closing arguments up to 6 hours. I was like, wow. She wanted to make sure that the jury understood, what these charges consist of, that they understood what the case consists of. 6 hours is a long time. And some of the reporters were saying that it's not normally that long that the prosecution take, but she took her time because basically you don't want to bore the jury. But this lady took her time, 6 hours, to present all of the case against R. Kelly. You know, all of the case against R. Kelly. So with that being said, as I stated, the jury has voted guilty. Guilty. Now, when cause you know how you hear words, but you don't really know what they mean. So what I did was I took time out to look up what does the word racketeering mean? What does that really mean? He was found guilty of racketeering. And I just pulled it up, Google, how that go. Racketeering is a type of organized crime in which the in which it is set up. Okay, organized crime group. They set up fraudulent, to extraordinary or illegal coordinated schemes or operation, and that's called a racket as well, to repeatedly or consistently collect money or other profits, or other profit rather, profit. And so it had come out during the trial that some of the employees of R. Kelly would solicit the young ladies for him, especially at a lot of the concerts. They would get the young lady's name. R. Kelly wants to meet you. He wants your telephone number, name and telephone number. And the girls would give them the information. And so that came out a lot of times that happened, So I'm thinking that's why they convicted him of the organized crime part. He had an organization, he had organized people, he had people appointed here, appointed there to bring in to get the girls to him. You know, Excuse me, and we know that a lot of these girls were underage, right? Okay, so that's what racketeering means. It's basically organized crime. That's just trying to make it as simple as possible. Organized crime that is done repeatedly. Okay, and so with that being said, also he was found guilty of the Mann Act. And the Mann Act, as I stated this in one of the other one of the videos, but the Mann Act was originally created in the early 1900s, and it was created by a politician that was going after the great Jack Johnson, which was the first black heavyweight champion of the United States, boxing champion of USA. And Jack Johnson, loved Caucasian white. He loved white women. Okay. Now, especially back then, that was definitely looked upon. But this politician created this law basically to really stop Jack Johnson from transporting or taking the young ladies or the women that he was dealing with across state lines, and things of that sort. And even when Jack Johnson was on trial, because he had been on trial. Well, actually, he ran from the law for a little while. Jack Johnson did. He ran from the law because they was on him about this Mann Act, and he was charged with violating the Mann Act. Okay, and he ran from the law for a while, but eventually he came back to the United States. He went to trial. He did like a year in jail, but in prison rather. But when the trial took place, they had nothing but his white girlfriends, ex-girlfriends uh, you know, testify basically of what happened. So in R. Kelly's case, he was found guilty of the Mann Act for transporting or crossing state line with underage girls for the purpose of sexual activities. Okay? Now, in 2019, or it might have been 2018, between the two, Donald Trump added sex trafficking to the Mann Act. Because the Mann Act, believe it or not, is still in session. I mean, it's still a law. Now I don't know about the part of, well, I don't know if they have actually like maybe changed it a little bit. As far as and when I'm talking about changing, I mean as far as having like the white woman, you know, having the white woman as your partner or whatever and taking her. I don't think that part is still active because that's, definitely we living in a whole new day today. But I am glad that the sex trafficking, if you found sex trafficking, you're violating the man law. That is still in effect. And as I stated, it was just added to um, the man law in I want to say 19. I don't know, it's either 2018 or 2019. So yeah, so um, with that being said, we will see what happened with R. Kelly. Now, as I stated, this is the state of New York, right? He's just been found guilty in. He still have to go to trial for the state of Illinois for charges that he has for the state of Illinois and also for charges that he have in the state of Minnesota. So he'll be busy with trials for a minute. And now his sentencing for the state of New York is going to be May of 2022. Next year. Yeah, it's like this so long. I don't know why they can't just do it this year, but I guess they, what can you say? But yeah, it's going to be May of 2022. I saw his godson, one of his godsons was there to trial, and he was speaking to the media. I think this was either probably today. No, 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 it was yesterday. And he just, they was asking him, so how did you feel when you heard about your godfather being found guilty? He said, I just thought to myself, this was a bunch of BS. That's what his godson was saying, a bunch of BS. But um this has been going on for such a long time with R. Kelly. He have a fetish for young girls. And I mean, that part is just something that he really can't deny. Now, when he said that he said that he was not guilty, you know, and I'm like, not guilty of some things. I mean, you might not be guilty of everything, but you're guilty of some things. But I don't know. He's, probably going by what his lawyers is telling him. No, plead not guilty, because you don't want to plead guilty, and he did not testify neither. So, yep. So we will see what happened. We will see what happened. Now, as I stated, Illinois and Minnesota. I don't know who's next, which state is next as far as the trial taking place, but I believe it's going to be this year. Okay, I believe, but I could be wrong. They might wait until next year to start, the proceeds for those two states. But yeah. So listen, thank you, Rose, for taking out the time to listen. Don't forget to comment. I'm going to say command. Oh Lord, don't forget to comment and don't forget to share and don't forget to like this video and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Um, Thank you again for watching. This has been Mama Ro coming to you from Chicago. You guys take care of yourselves, take care of one another. See you later.